live from the British Colonial Hilton Hotel, Dare to be Great, with Master Motivator, Spence Finlayson.
Good evening and welcome to Dare to be Great. This evening I want to talk about customer service, quality customer service. That's something that we've been talking about in this country, particularly right now. Quality customer service. Just recently, Business Week, actually last year, Business Week did a survey on the top customer service companies in the United States. They call them the customer service champs. And I'm going to go through this very briefly right now just to let you know what they came up with. And this is very interesting. In the number one position, according to Business Week, is USAA Insurance Company. Number two is the Four Seasons Hotels. And I know we all know the Four Seasons Hotels. Number three is Cadillac. Number four is Nordstrom's. Now I know Bahamians like to go to those famous malls and shop at Nordstrom's. Nordstrom is number four. Number five is Wegman Food Markets. It's a supermarket chain in the United States. Number six is Edward Jones Brokerage. Number seven is Lexus Auto. Now Lexus give you a very smooth ride. As a matter of fact, sometimes you have to go back in to make sure the key is on because it's so smooth. Number eight is UPS, United Parcel. Number 9 is Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Number 10 is Starbucks. Now Starbucks is, I think, opened up 6 restaurants here in the Bahamas already. Number 11 is Ritz-Carlton Hotels. Number 12 is Amica Insurance. Number 13 is a favorite, Southwest Airlines. 14 is Washington Mutual. 15 is Cabela's Retail. 16, Raymond James Financial. 17 is Porsche Auto. 18 is Apple Electronics. 19 is Publix Supermarkets, and I'm sure many of you shop at Publix over in Miami. 20 is Hertz Rent-A-Car, and number 21 is FedEx, Federal Express. 22 is the Marriott Hotels. 23 is T-Mobile. Pat, I'm sure you know T-Mobile Wireless. 24 is Buick Auto, and 25 is Lincoln Auto. They are the top 25 customer service champs in the United States. Now, interestingly enough, JetBlue was rated number 4 on this list. But something happened to JetBlue. One of their planes got stuck on the tarmac in New York, and the plane was stuck there for 9 hours. People couldn't eat, the toilets didn't flush, they were miserable. They had no drinking water. And as a result of that, JetBlue was knocked off from the number 4 spot, and they're off completely right now. As a matter of fact, over 1,000 flights was canceled during that period. JetBlue is still trying to work their way back into this area. As a matter of fact, the founder of JetBlue has now gone on to do something else. He's starting up a new startup in Brazil, of the airlines. But customer service is important. See, it's the customers who pay our salaries. They make the clothes that we wear possible, the food that we eat, the cars that we drive, the homes that we live in. When many people don't like customers, you know. Customers go where they're treated with respect. They go where they appreciate courtesy. And they go where they have a great buying experience. Now, there was a study done by a Washington, D.C. based organization called TOP. And they talked about customer service. And they said a typical business hears from only 4% of its dissatisfied customers. Can you imagine that? From only 4%. The other 96% just quietly go away. They just take their business elsewhere. And 91% of them will never come back. Oh man, that's a serious thing. 91% of them will never come back. The Forbes did a survey, and I'm going to give you the results of this survey on why customers quit doing business with a particular firm or company. And here are the results. 3% move away. That's the reason to quit doing business, right? They move away. 5%, they develop other friendships. And we buy from who we know and who we like. And that's right, from friendships, relationships. 9% leave because of competitive reasons, because of price. And particularly now, the way the economy is, people are watching their pennies. They're being price conscious now. 14% because of dissatisfied with the product. And then the big one is 68% because of an attitude of indifference by some employee, manager, or the owner of the company. That's a big one we have to be concerned with. 68% because of the attitude of an employee, a manager, or a supervisor of that company. And this is what they also came up with. A typical dissatisfied customer will tell 8 to 10 people about his problem. That's right. You know, when you go home from work, the first thing you do when you enter your home, how was your day? Well, let me tell you what happened today to me. I rode on this bus, and that driver did this. I went into this store, and these people got on my nerve. They yelled at my vexation. I ain't going back there. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. So we tell people, we take it to work. And then even our kids, they take it to school. So this information, negative information, is passed straight on. The average business spends 6 times more to attract new customers than to keep its old ones. Think of that for a minute. The average business spends 6 times more to attract new customers than to keep the existing ones. So doesn't it make sense for us to give the existing customers good customer service? Yes, come on, give yourself some love. I want to share with you right now a great customer service experience that I had in a place called Grenada. I was on my Caribbean tour. I was in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, going on to the next location, which was Grenada. Flew into Grenada, and I checked my itinerary, and the hotel they had me booked in was called No Problem Apartment Hotel. So I looked at it again. I said, this can't be true. And there it was, No Problem Apartment Hotel. So I got into Grenada. As soon as I got in there, they took me into the hotel. It wasn't far from the airport. And this man came over with a booming voice. He said, welcome home. You're home. You have no problems, man. I said, wow, that's the best welcome I ever received. I said, wow, man. So he went back into his office, so I asked the front desk clerk. I said, who's that man? She said, his name is Mr. Vento. He owns the hotel. I said, that's the best welcome I ever received. He came back out. He said, you're home. You have no problems, man. And just as the name of that hotel implied, nothing was a problem. You know, I stay in many hotels when I'm traveling, right? And, you know, you usually get the iron when you're checking out or whatever it is. You don't get your wake-up call. I said, Mr. Venter, I'm here for a week doing some seminars. Do you have a laundry facility here? I don't see you have a laundry facility on the property. He said, not a problem, man. There's one not far from my home. I will take the clothes there for you and bring them back. Wow, man, wow. The second thing I said, you know, I like to do a little exercise, work out in the gym before I speak. And in the Caribbean, I usually speak in the evening, at like around 7 o'clock. So I said, Mr. Venter, I'm here all day long. You don't have any little free weights or a little exercise area for me to work out in? He said, not a problem. There's a gym not far from my home. I will go home, take you there, leave you there, pick you back up on the way. Nothing was a problem. The final one was the clincher for me. I called down to housekeeping, and I asked the housekeeper, the maids, if I could borrow an iron. And what they said amazed me. She says, do you want us to bring the iron up to the room for you, or you want us to come up to the room and iron the clothes for you? Nothing was a problem. Nothing was a problem. You know, and in a lot of these hotels, you have problems. You don't get the wake-up call when you're supposed to get the wake-up call. The room service takes forever. Whatever it is, but there was no problem at the No Problem Apartment Hotel. Godfrey Ventor is the owner. Give him some love right now. I want to share 2 more points right now. I need to get this point in right now. I had a positive experience, because a lot of times we hear all the negative stuff, but I had a positive experience at a Super Value. After working out in the gym early in the morning, some mornings I go to Super Value for an early breakfast. And usually when I go there, sometimes it's not ready. But this time I had an interesting experience. The breakfast was ready, but there were no more eggs, and I was looking for some eggs, right? And he said, no more eggs. So I said, okay, fine. And what the cook said just shocked me. She said, would you like me to do some more for you? Man, and she went ahead and did some more eggs just for me. Give her some love. Wow, man, that's powerful. That's powerful. That's going above and beyond. Because they were out of eggs. They were finished. And she decided to do some more for me. I'm going to leave you right now with this 5-step customer service system. The first one in the steps is we greet the customers, right? The second one is to value them. Third thing we do is ask how we can help them. Then we listen to them to find out what their needs are. We help them, and we invite them to come back. Give yourself some love. But customer service is serious business. It's serious business, all right? Customer service is serious business. We have to learn to really, see, you know, you have to treat customers the way you like to be treated. And that's right. And you can't lose. Treat customers the way you like to be treated, and you can't lose. God bless you as you live your best life now.
We will be right back after these messages.
1, 2, 1, 2. Our product, our people, our promise, our pride. This is the motto I can say BTC lives by. 6 packages at first. We're now down to 2. They call it United. They call it a good decision. What about you? Base and value, they're all you'll ever need. But what happened to Bahamas, UK, Switzerland? Are they included? Indeed. Prices are simply $14.99 base, $29.99 value. But these prices only apply if you sign up or have iConnect too. $19.99 and $34.99 for customers on other ISPs. But don't get discouraged, you only pay the price you sign up for. We have no hidden fees. Life is simpler with fewer choices. Vibe Unite. Talk is now cheap. UNITE. Vibe Unite. Now available at BTC.
Welcome back. My guest this evening is Ms. Keisha Delancey, the proprietor of Virgo Car Rentals. Welcome.
Thank you.
What year was Virgo Car Rentals started?
Virgo Car Rental was started in 1994.
1994. Was it named after a particular person? Was a birth sign
Yes,
significant?
yes, it was significant to my husband's birthday. His zodiac sign is Virgo.
Okay. How many locations do you presently have?
Right now I have 3 locations. The 3 locations are East-West Highway, the second one is Kemp Road, and the third one is in the Airport Industrial Park.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Delancey. What makes Virgo Car Rental unique from the competition?
Well, you know, we strive for good customer service, and you know, we really try. And I must say to I have a great staff, because you know I have 3 different locations, and they're very, very good. I strive on customer service because you know service is what sells.
Yes.
I always tell them someone can go anywhere and rent a vehicle, but it's the impression that you give the customer when they come there and when they're leaving. That's what really counts. And so we strive for good customer service. In addition to that, we also have a free pickup and drop-off services for our customers.
Wonderful.
And they love that, especially if they're at the airport and they want to come into town. Instead of having to pay for a taxi fare, we just come there and pick them up. And when they're returning the vehicle, we drop them off, and that's a free service.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Give us some love, give us some love. Was Virgo Car Rental one of your visions, one of your dreams?
It was really my husband's dream.
Okay.
He insisted that we just start to do something different.
Okay.
And so we looked at it and to see what was lacking here. And what we looked at was most of the car rentals cater to tourists.
Yes.
We like to cater to us, the Bahamian people.
Local, yes,
yes. And at that time, there weren't many people doing that, especially in terms of rates. The rates of the other rentals were, you know, for a Bahamian, probably not affordable, especially for a long-term basis.
Yes.
So that's how we got to start the business.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So you really fill the void.
Yes.
Which is one of the
Yes.
logical steps in business. Yeah,
Precisely.
You fill the void. Mr. Delancey, do you have at Virgo Car Rentals rental age restrictions for your vehicles?
Yes, we do. And this is another thing that we're quite we're happy that we're able to offer this service, because our rental age starts at 21. Most companies start at 25, but it's 21 and over, and the requirement is that you have a valid driver's license.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, I noticed that your company does a lot of sponsoring a lot of religious programs.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that tonight.
Well, my husband and I, we're Christians.
Okay.
And in the past 3 years, you know, we've really searched deeply inside and see how we can help back into society.
Okay.
And so our philosophy is we look around. We don't just throw things around here and there, or because we'll have everyone knocking on our door.
For
But
sure.
what we do is we look around and see who really is in need. My husband has he loves to give to the needy, especially our office in the Camp Road area. He likes to distribute in that area, as well as he does numerous children's homes.
Yes, yes.
And that's something that we try to do as often as we can. We just try to give back to the community. Because giving back, what we've started to do, and we have a lot of customers who support us, and we appreciate that. And so we try to give back to those who are mostly in need of it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, success means different things to different people.
What would you say success means to Keisha Delancey?
To me, success is a peace of mind. The peace of mind knowing that, hey, I've done my best today. I tried very hard today. I didn't just sit back and relax. Like I always tell my staff, I don't ask you to come here and work. I work along with you.
Yes.
I'm not one to
Yes.
sit down and
Yes,
just...
some love, some love, some love. Yes.
I'm not one... I don't just sit down and say, do this, do that. I go and I do work.
You lead by example.
I lead by example, and I think that is very important. And so at the end of the day, I feel as, hey, I did accomplish something today, you know, and dealing,
Wonderful.
you know, and because it's really not easy when you're in business and you have to deal with so many different personalities. It's very difficult at times, but to hold your composure and to treat people respectably,
Yes.
that's very, very important.
Yes, wonderful.
Sometimes I go places and I really wonder what's going on.
Yes,
Yeah,
you have
because
to, you have to.
because of not only the morale of the staff, but the way that people speak to their staff.
Yes.
You know, it's quite becoming of me because I wasn't brought up that way.
Exactly.
You know, so sometimes before I say something, I think twice.
Right,
You know,
right.
because
Wonderful.
the first thing that comes out of your mouth always isn't the most pleasant thing.
Exactly.
So you just try to take a turn. So, you know, I just try to, at the end of the day, I want to say that I did my best today. And if I didn't encounter what I wanted to, I know I tried to encounter what I wanted to try.
Wonderful. Give us some love. Give us some love. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, we will entertain a question from our audience.
Good evening. My name is Prince Alexander Smith II. And Mr. Delancey, my question is, how has international gas prices affected the premiums at Virgo Rental, if any? And the second part is, how does reckless driving contribute to the increase in premiums for your rental vehicles?
Well, I'll
Thank you.
say the gas prices, I had to make an increase in gas prices. I wasn't happy with it. I held out until, I think gas was like $5.68. I held out until then, increased the prices. But I'm happy to say that I reduced the prices last week, Thursday. The minute they said the prices went down, I went ahead and I reduced the prices.
Wow, give us some love. Give us some love. Yes. Love.
I do have customers who complain, but you have the option of refueling before you actually come back
Yes.
to the location. And most of my locations are close to a fueling station, so you try to please everyone, but
Yes.
sometimes it's not possible. In terms of the second question, reckless driving is a very serious factor for my business. Sometimes you have customers who just don't understand. I don't think it's only customers. Payments on the whole, they love to drink and drive. And I guess it wouldn't only affect me, affect other people as well. But in terms of my cars and premiums, it does cause a problem for me at times. And, you know, some people say you should screen your customers. That's very difficult to do because the one you might think may not take care of your vehicle, you know, it would be the one who takes care of it. And the person, you know, some people judge people how they look,
Yes.
or their parents. I don't do that. You know, I try to give everyone a fair chance, but I do, if you come in drinking, or I don't rent you a vehicle.